Hello, this is Greg Allison with Green Greg's coming to you on the 5th of January, 2021. As if the tensions between the United States and Iran weren't enough, given the context that presently Saudi Arabia and Israel are still trying to push President Trump to strike Iran right now before he might leave office, before Joe Biden is scheduled to be sworn in. That is providing, of course, the Electoral College on that process goes in his favor, which seems to be up in the air at the moment, which is a whole other thing that's in contention at the moment. As if all this weren't enough, guess what? The Iranians, come on, guys, the Iranians actually stormed a South Korean tanker. Actually, they stormed and seized the South Korean called the MT Hankook Kima. Yeah. And on top of that, well, South Korea says, no, they sent a destroyer. Yes, South Korea has sent a destroyer into the Strait of Hormuz. It is called the Choi Young, a destroyer. So now we got tensions between South Korea and Iran. Just one more little fire in the powder keg. So now, my friends, if this is not an eye opener, I mean, could that lead to a conflict to draw the United States in? I presume they're going to work it out diplomatically, but holy smoke, guys, the tensions are just going out the roof in every direction, from every angle you can look at. Things in this world are going crazy. If you thought 2020 was nuts, buckle up, buddy. This year is showing no relief yet. Hopefully it'll come, but I ain't seeing it yet. So, you better bear in mind that you got to get ready. The proposition of this channel is help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. And I do a lot of videos on these kind of topics. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you've not done it. Bang the bell and click all for subscribing and getting the notifications so you can see all these things I come out with, because I try to help my followers keep their eyes wide open, the head on a swivel, which my subscribers I affectionately call swivel heads, because I know you're the best at keeping your eyes wide open and head on a swivel, so you know what's coming at you, and I do everything I can to help you in that regard. Well, the good news is I also try to help you in other areas. I do show you videos about how to eat in the weeds and trees, which is free. I'm not going to box stores and save a little money, but sometimes you need some special foods, and I got a special deal right now. Here, $25. Excuse me, a special for 25-year lasting food that is freeze dried, so it's lightweight, my friends. You can carry it with. This is easy to bug out with, and it also stores very good for bugging. It's real food and it lasts 25 years, so it's got rated survival rate better than your canned goods, which has actually a longer shelf life, but this stuff is still rated for that, and it's going to be good food 25 years from now. So and you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2,000 calories a day. You get 2 buckets like this for the deal of 1 month supply for one person, and you get $100 off. $100 off. All you got to do is go to prepwithgreg.com. Prepwithgreg.com to get that deal. And there's all kind of other prepping supplies there. All you got to do is, once you go to prepwithgreg.com, look at that deal. And you can also click on the My Patriot Supply logo above and go in and see what else is on their website, but haven't gone in through prepwithgreg.com. You help my channel and you help yourself too. So there you go. All right, enough of that. Let's look at some articles here. I'm going to show you some of these articles, because some of them are contradictory and a little bit humorous in that regard, as much as catastrophes can be humorous. So here we are in Politico, talking about this is telling us about the armed capture of this ship. They accused it of polluting waters at first. Yeah, right. But see, they arrested the members. That's the bad thing. They arrested the members of this ship. And of course, later they said, well, the reason they took it is because, well, see, first they accused them of polluting the water. Then he says, it had to do with the $7 billion that were being held in South Korean banks as part of the controls that we put on Iran. So it is part of the embargoes and so forth. So they're trying to get that loose. So that's what Iran is aiming for. Articles per se, I'm just going to show them to you real fast. I'm not going to spend all night on this story. I just want you to be aware of it. So here we are. So here's the funny thing. Iran at first denied having done it. She says Iran denied on Tuesday, which is today, still, it was using the South Korean ship and its crew as hostages a day after the seizure. Yeah, right. And demanding from Seoul, $7 billion in funds frozen under U.S. sanctions. So U.S. put in the sanctions, but so they're trying to go around that. But they denied it at first. And see, even now here, the Iranian government spokesman, Ali Rabi, he says, we've become used to such allegations, but if there were any hostage taken, it is Korea's government that's holding it. Oh, yeah. So you see that? So at first they deny it. But then later, if you go to their own papers, oh, this is not it. Yeah, I'll get to it. Press TV is somewhere here. There it is. This is the one I'm going to come to next. Look here. Press TV. This is the Iranian news source, okay? Here, they've admitted it. So finally they came around and admitted. Gang said she was, let's see, where is it in here? The Iranian ambassador told reporters prior to the meeting that the tanker's crew and members are safe and healthy, but declined comment. Interesting. You say, can you believe anything these regimes tell you? At one moment they'll lie and tell you, oh, it didn't happen. And then, later on they get caught with their pants down. Oh, yeah, it happened. Especially when they start demanding, money in exchange for the people. Sooner or later they guess, oh, yeah, we got them. That's some of the most foolish things I ever said. Kind of like politics here in the United States, right? So I'm laughing because I'm assuming this is going to get worked out diplomatically. I hope it will. It just so happens that, as I mentioned earlier, there is South Korean forces have arrived in the waters near the Strait of Hormuz. Well, they're on their way, our friends, as pressure builds on Iran to free South Korean tanker it seized along with the crew on Monday. See that? Iran's Revolutionary Guards that they're taking control, they admitted it now, a South Korean vessel, the Hankook Kimi, and its 20 crew members, because it's polluting water. Yeah, right. So it goes to that again. And it had, let's see, on board, there were 5 national South Koreans, 11 Myanmarese, how do you say that? Myanmarese, 2 Indonesians, 2 Vietnamese that were aboard that craft. So, typically the crews of these tankers and vessels are quite international. That's not unusual. So I'm not going to read all these articles. I'm just trying to prize you this stuff, my friends. See, here it is. Here's the ship. So it was captured from air, pictures of it. After it had been seized, so it's already under Iranian control. It's just being escorted by some Iranian gunboats of sort, I suppose. Maybe harbor boats. So, South Korea's government says it's dispatched military forces. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Well, it just so happens now that they're saying, they're sending diplomats over there. And this article here is saying, talking about how it is that Iran captured this ship the same day it started the enrichment to 20%. And I believe this is out of, this article comes out of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So anyway, let's end this share. I don't want to read all these articles. I just want to show you some of the different things. I want to show them some. They did it. No, we didn't do it. Oh, yeah. Okay, we did it. Yeah. Nonsense, the nonsense you see out there. So I'm not making any judgment on what is and what isn't here. Just suffice it to say that this ship got seized. Iran is trying to claim or pressure North Korea to go against U.S. sanctions to release the money. And although South Korea is now, I didn't see it in those articles, South Korea, I skim lots of articles. And I look at opposite sides too when I do this. Like I went to Press TV. That's the Iranian news agency, and they've South Korea is sending diplomats, but they've also sent their gunboats. So they got both in play there. Let's hope this works out satisfactorily. I assume it will, but this is a powder keg over there, absolutely a powder keg, and especially given the pretext that. Right now, presently, Saudi Arabia and Israel are both actively pushing Donald Trump to strike now. And Donald Trump's got an itchy finger, but he may have other things in mind. I don't know. Will he go out with a boom? Some people think so. Some people over here, some analysts think he will, just to mess things up for Biden, just to make a record before he goes out. kick over the China cabinets, or maybe establish martial law, or he may not be on the way out. Hey guys, everything going on this week is just, we've never seen politics like they're coming down right now, domestically or internationally. The domestic scene is very interesting in the Chinese proverbial sense, and so is the international scene. What's going to come out in these next couple of weeks is going to be interesting. We got 2 weeks here. This is going to be some of the most interesting weeks that we've ever seen, and maybe our lifetimes. And hopefully it won't get any more interesting than this. This is interesting enough, but I don't know. This year, I think this is just the warm up. That's why I tell you, better get ready. Don't be scared. Be prepared. But do keep your eyes wide open and your head on a swivel, because it's coming at us from every direction. It's coming at us domestically, internationally. I mean, there's so much happening, so much. There's pressures in the climate. There's pressures in the economy. There's pressures, wow, everywhere you look. This country is like a powder keg. The world is like a powder keg. There's powder kegs everywhere with fuses laying on the ground and folks walking around throwing matches. Not a good combination. Not a good combination. And it's across the board. It's across the spectrum. It's everywhere. So let's hope that we can screw our heads back on and figure out what's going on and get some solutions that are right, that preserves our world, our economies, and our freedoms. And somehow I hope we can find a way that people can get along together. But I don't know. This is like Humpty Dumpty that fell off the wall. I think it's cracked, and I think it's going to be hard for the king's horses to put it back together again. That was always when I was a kid, I always thought that was funny. The whole idea of horses are big hooves trying to put eggshells together. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. It's about like that. It's not a pretty picture. It's not a pretty picture at all. I encourage everybody to pray. That's all I can say. All right, my friends. I don't want to belabor this any further now. Just letting you know that we got a border cooker with just more matches and powder being thrown in it over there in the Middle East. Now South Korea's involved too. South Korea? Wow. Wow. Okay, well, Iran seized the ship. You think they could have waited? They could have bided their time for Biden, right? But they were itching. They were itching. So they're trying to put on more pressure, trying to put pressure on, to force Biden to make a hasty deal. Deals done hasty or deals that are wasty, along with other things that get ran through in a real big hurry, if you know what I mean. If you put something, if you're not Starship Enterprise and you're going to warp speed, there's no telling what you're going to come out with. So look out. It's coming at us in every direction. So just tell me this. Say, Greg, I'm going to keep my eyes wide open, the head on a swivel, so you'll know what's coming at you. My friends, with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching.